Hello, friends. Start by taking 1 cup or 225 milliliters of room temperature milk. Next, add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Then add 1.5 teaspoons of instant dry yeast. Mix it all well. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let it sit for 30 minutes to activate the yeast. Next, take 2½ cups or 300 grams of bread flour and sift it into the bowl. Sifting the flour is an important step because it not only makes the dough lighter and fluffier, but also breaks up any lumps, ensuring a smooth texture. It's one of those little tricks that makes a big difference. If using all-purpose flour, you may need slightly less milk, since bread flour absorbs more liquid. Add 1 teaspoon of salt and give it a good mix. You can use a whisk or your hands, but just make sure everything is evenly combined before adding the wet ingredients. Now, let's return to our yeast mixture. It should be ready by now. Slowly pour it into the flour mixture, watching as everything begins to come together. It's important to pour it slowly to allow the flour to gradually absorb the liquid. Now we need to mix everything well. At first, the dough will seem a little sticky, but don't worry. This is where the magic happens. This step is all about patience. The dough will transform right before your eyes. Once everything is mixed, sprinkle some flour on your countertop and transfer the dough onto the table. Now, it's time to knead. This part is like a mini workout. Press, fold, turn, and repeat. It might seem a bit tiring, but trust me, it's so worth it. Kneading helps develop the dough's structure, making it soft and elastic. Knead for about 3-4 minutes or until the dough becomes smooth. Now add 1/6 of a stick or 20 grams of soft butter. Kneading the butter in will give the dough a silky, smooth texture, making it rich and soft. This is a crucial step for the perfect bread. If you're doing this by hand, prepare for a little arm workout. Knead for at least 15 minutes. If you're using a mixer, let it run until the dough becomes smooth, elastic, and soft. Friends, I'd be so happy to hear where you're from. Let me know your city, country, and if you're in the US, your state too. Let's do the window pane test. Take a small piece of dough and stretch it. If it becomes thin and translucent, without tearing, you've nailed it. Your dough is ready. Now, place the dough in a bowl. Cover with plastic wrap. Let it rise for about 1 hour. While the dough is rising, prepare the garlic butter. Take 6 large cloves of garlic and grate them finely. I love using a box grater for this because it allows the garlic to release its natural oils, which really enhances the flavor. The smell will be amazing, I promise. If you have a garlic press, you can use that too. Either way, just make sure it's nice and finely grated, so it blends perfectly with the butter. If something is unclear in the recipe, just leave a comment and I'll answer as soon as possible. Transfer to a bowl, then add 1 teaspoon of mustard, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half a cup or 60 grams of soft butter, Now add 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of oregano, 1 teaspoon of rosemary to bring in those herbal notes, now chop a bunch of parsley finely. I love the fresh, vibrant color and aroma it adds. The parsley really helps brighten up the richness of the garlic butter and adds a little touch of freshness. Once it's chopped, just mix everything together. This garlic butter is going to make your bread absolutely irresistible. Trust me, it's the secret to a perfectly flavorful, aromatic loaf. Liking this video would be appreciated. It's a great way to show your support. Now it's time to check our dough. It should have doubled in size and feel soft and airy to the touch. You'll know it's ready when it has a light, spongy texture. Now, sprinkle some flour on your table to keep the dough from sticking, and gently transfer the dough onto it. Roll it out into a rectangle, but be mindful not to press too hard, as you don't want to deflate all that wonderful air the yeast has created. Think of it like stretching a delicate fabric. Just gently roll and let the dough do its thing. The last thing we want is to lose all that fluffy texture we've worked so hard for. Once it's rolled out, spread the garlic butter mixture generously over the dough, making sure to leave a small space around the edges. This garlic butter is going to infuse every bite with flavor. So be sure to cover the dough well. And don't worry about making it perfect. A little extra butter never hurt anyone. Friends, if you enjoy what you see, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for similar recipes in the future. Now let's add the cheese. Grate 5 ounces or 150 grams of mozzarella cheese. As you grate it, notice how it falls into those soft, snowy piles. The texture is so perfect for melting. Mozzarella is soft and melty, so it'll add that perfect gooey texture to your bread. As you sprinkle it evenly over the dough, imagine how it will melt into all those delicious layers, becoming gooey and stretchy when baked. The cheese is going to make this bread irresistibly creamy. Next, grate 3 ounces or 90 grams of cheddar cheese. It brings a sharp, tangy flavor that complements the mozzarella so beautifully. As you grate it, you can already smell that rich aroma. Cheddar always adds such depth to a dish. Sprinkle it on top, making sure to cover every corner. Don't rush this part. Take your time to spread the cheese evenly, ensuring that every inch of the dough gets a cheesy layer. Then grate 2 ounces, or about 60 grams of Parmesan cheese. Parmesan adds that nutty, slightly salty kick, which really ties all the flavors together. This final layer of Parmesan will give your bread that lovely golden finish. Sprinkle it on top, and the cheese layers will work their magic while baking. This combination of cheeses will make your bread irresistibly delicious, with layers of richness in every bite. Using a dough cutter, cut the dough into pieces, just like you see in the video. Take your time with this step. Each piece should be roughly the same size, so they cook evenly. This ensures that every layer will bake to perfection and have that ideal golden finish. Don't worry about making them all absolutely identical. Just try to keep the sizes as consistent as possible for the best results. A little variation in size can give it a rustic, homemade look. Once they're cut, place the pieces on top of each other, stacking them gently, like a little tower of cheesy goodness. You'll want to stack them carefully to keep the layers intact. This helps them rise evenly, creating that lovely flaky texture we're aiming for. This layering will create those beautiful, fluffy layers as the bread rises, giving you that perfect pull-apart bread effect. Now, carefully place the stacked pieces in a bread mold lined with parchment paper. The pieces should fit snugly together in the pan, but don't press them too tightly. You want them to have enough room to expand. As it rises, the dough will puff up, creating those delicious airy layers that are just perfect. Cover the dough with plastic wrap and let it rise again for another hour. Now it's time to check on our dough once more. It should puff up nicely and become even fluffier. Before baking, brush the top of the dough with the remaining garlic butter. Once greased with the mixture, place the dough in a preheated oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius and bake for 30 minutes. Once the bread is done, take it out of the oven. Slice it up and enjoy the beautiful golden crust with all that cheesy, garlicky goodness inside. Just look at that perfect golden color. The aroma will be absolutely irresistible. A perfect balance of garlic, melted cheese, and that warm, fresh baked bread scent. With every slice, you'll see those gorgeous cheesy layers, just waiting to be pulled apart. Thank you for cooking with me today. Until next time, happy cooking.